Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, April 13th, and let's get started. So let's see what news we got coming out today.
What, Daddy? How do you do that?
Let's see here.
Daddy, here's
Yes,
how do
but
you make that screen from there over there?
it's the way the screens work. I can move stuff from one screen to the other. Right now, Daddy's waiting.
Like magic.
It is like magic. You know Daddy's
Well,
got
why
magic.
does it disappear from there all the way over there?
It's the way it works. We put it over here so that when I'm making my recording, everything on this screen goes on my recording. Everything on this screen does not. But for some reason, that's not working right now. So we'll wait for the news page to load up. And in the meantime, let's adjust our levels for yesterday. All right, so let's bring our value area high here.
Daddy,
Deepak. What, baby? Oh, yeah.
Computer.
Yep, the news is up. We'll grab it in just 1 second. And then value area
The
low
news is up now.
from yesterday. Thanks, buddy. Now we need to go find overnight high, overnight low, and overnight VPOC. So let's take this. Let's take overnight VPOC, put it where it's supposed to go. Looks like overnight low. There we go. And overnight high. That's going to give us our levels to take a look at when we get to our hourly chart. Let's take a look at what trading happened overnight. So we pretty much went down after the close, made our way all the way back up into yesterday's VPOC, which is pretty much exactly where we are right now. Inventory is pretty much neutral. Inventory is neutral, and so we will not really have much to do with that. All right, hang on 1 second. Let me just send a message out here real quick. Sorry. One second. Okay, so let's shrink this back down, bring in our hourly chart. And what's ultimately happening here is we're staying inside this micro composite here, but we're getting further and further away. So I hate that I have to scrunch stuff up so much, but I really do want to have that micro composite visible. All right, let's take a look at yesterday's trading. Where did we start? We started right here. And let's see, certainly let's bring in yesterday's low, copy, paste. Nice double bottom at yesterday's low. Let's bring in yesterday's high. And we are going to remove this level here. I'm actually going to do the same. I'm going to leave this one on. I'm going to take this one off. Okay. So let's take a look at where we're currently trading. 53.24. Let me scrunch this down a little bit here. All right, 53.24. So we are right at yesterday's VPOC inside value area. So what we're going to be looking for is a play on. It was a play on. We're going to look for a play on either value area high, value area low, fading either one of those. That's going to be our initial hypothesis. So we're going to have an attempt for a push up, chop around VPOC overnight high, maybe break through, hold value area high, turn back down, come test value area low, overnight VPOC, and see if these hold as some part of the range for now. Beyond there, we're going to have hypotheses that pretty much go outside these. So we're going to come below value area low. We might see yesterday's low hold as the bottom of the range, but if we get through there, we're going to expect to see a move down towards this previous VPOC. This what is currently a naked VPOC, but to me, I would think ultimately overnight high and these swings below. That's going to be hypo 1. And with that, I'm going to, let me just add a line on the chart here. So what I want to do, I want to mark off this naked VPOC so I have that on my trigger chart. Okay, so that's hypo 1. Hypo 2 is going to be an open. And again, you know, we might get a push down, overnight VPOC, yesterday's low, hold, come back up, test current VPOC, and then ultimately get to value area high, break, test yesterday's high. Above here, we do have this naked VPOC, and we can see, it's a little hard to see in there, but we're into that distribution at that point, which puts us right here at 54.08, right in this low volume node, right in that low volume node in the composite. Give me a second, I'll draw it out right there. But ultimately, I think if we can push up and get through the high of yesterday, I think ultimately we are making an attempt to come up towards this naked VPOC high volume node in the composite, and potentially all the way up to this micro composite VPOC here. That's going to be hypo 2. And I'm going to want to, once again, I'm going to want to take some of these naked VPOCs, make sure that I have them on my trigger chart. I want this one. I want this one. Okay. And I have my micro composite VPOC. Oh, I see. So there are two micro composite VPOCs. Let me follow back this one here. One of these, if you remember back far enough, we have a VPOC inside, a micro composite inside a micro composite. So let me. This one actually goes. This one is actually here. Okay. All right. So that was hypo 2. Let's take a look for hypo 3. And that's going to be just a quick reminder to myself where we are. 53.23. Hypo 3. Tell you the truth, I mean, there's really not much more for me to draw. It would be something along the lines of a push down in some way, shape, or form. And again, remember, these hypos build on themselves. So it could be a push up, hold value area high, hold yesterday's high, then down into value area low, overnight VPOC, retest yesterday's VPOC, get below into these swings, find resistance there, and ultimately make a drive down. But this drive down can push and stop it at any point that it wants. So I'm honestly really not even going to draw hypo 3 because those two hypos that we have encompass today's ideas pretty well. Okay, so that is
What?
ready for today. Let's take a look at the S&P. Let's find value area low from yesterday. There's a VPOC in here. Let's see if no, that's the wrong thing. Oh, it's in there too. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. It's got to go back to 45, 23, 45. So let's see what else we have up here. We have a double microcomposite VPOC. Don't need that. Okay, and then let's move our yesterday's VPOC and put microcomposite VPOC back at 23.45. For those, you guys hear me talk about all the time, probably the hardest thing in learning to trade, not in getting successful, is terminology. You want to be able to, if you're watching someone like you guys, if you're watching my stuff or anyone else that's posting on YouTube, or if you're in a chat room, most important thing is to be able to understand what you're being told. So definitely take your time to brush up on terminology. And if I say something that you want explained, don't hesitate to ask in any way you can. Whatever way you have access to me, don't hesitate to use it. Whether it's a comment on the YouTube video, if you have access to me in other ways, don't hesitate. The fact is, I put these videos up both for me and for you. I use them for journaling, but I do put them up, and I do these sessions so that I can try to help as many people get through the learning curve. I can't necessarily tell you I can help you be successful, because I can't do that. But I can help you get through the learning curve of the terminology, what you're looking for, the actual execution, and the confidence, and the lack of hesitation, which I don't have that yet, and I certainly can't say that I can help you have that, but I can definitely get you through the early part of the learning process much faster than if you would try it on your own. Okay, so we have our levels from yesterday's trading. We have our levels from overnight. Let's take a look at what happened overnight. We're predominant. I'd say we're net short right now. We did a little bit of trading above the close. Most of our trading overnight has been below the close. So we're gonna look at that as a net short. Let's bring in our hourly chart here on the S&P. Okay. And let's see if there was anything yesterday, any levels that need to come off. And in my opinion, I'd say yes. We have this guy here that comes off, but I'll just use that to mark off. Maximus, don't do that, buddy. You can't throw stuff like that. Maximus, you can't do that. That's not how you treat something. What if I did that to your iPad? All right, you got to be a little bit more careful. So just marking off highs and lows here from last couple of days. Or I should say yesterday, sorry. And I don't see any levels now that we've removed them. There's no levels left to move that need to come off the chart. God bless you, buddy. Let's see where we are currently trading. 35.50. Oh, we're back down near that void there. Okay. So we are near overnight VPOC. We are below yesterday's low. So we have a gap down. I'm going to be expecting an attempt to fill that gap actually right off the bat. See if we can't fill the gap. Get resistance here. Turn down, test overnight low, this previous low here, and see if we can't get resistance here and continue to break in. I think if we get in here, these moves are going to happen fairly quickly. That's going to be hypo 1. 2. Sorry guys, 1 second. I have to change what's on TV here. Okay, that's going to be hypo 1. Hypo 2 is going to be an open, fill the gap, test overnight low, previous swing low, hold, get back up through into yesterday's range, at which point we're going to start targeting VPOC. And if we can hold inside yesterday's range, I think we're going to make a move up towards value area high, overnight high. And then again, from there, it's really just kind of seeing if that holds, then we're watching for a turn back down. If we break through it, we're watching for a move up towards this previous. Here we have our low volume node inside a distribution. I know it's a little hard to see there. I'm sorry about that. We have some profiles kind of overlapping each other there. Oh, actually, you know what? This will help. Let's include yesterday's trading here. Okay. You can see value area low has value area has shifted on this micro composite. But sorry, so hypo 2, what did I say? We're at 35 quarter. Hypo 2 again. Push down, test this previous swing, test overnight low, hold, make our way up into yesterday's range, get into yesterday's value area, see if the value area holds with an attempt to push at least towards value area high, overnight high. And then again, if we see that we can break through there and hold this as support at that point, the expectation is a move up into this low volume node. We test that to see if we stay in the bottom end of these distributions versus getting back into the upper end of these distributions. If we break the low volume node and it holds as support, expectation is to come test the VPOC of this micro composite right here. That's not even close to where it is. Right here. All right, that's going to be hypo 2. And hypo 3, the idea would be more of a range bound type of day. And we'd be talking about something along the lines again of a push down, test down here, push up, test into value area low, maybe VPOC, potentially hold resistance, come down, test, so on, maybe expand the range a bit. But you know, I would think if we get below this low here and we do it with an impulsive move, you know, quick move, and then we test it and we can't break back above it, we know we're in for a move down. If we hold it and we stay above it, or we get a quick move down and then we're really trading around it, we haven't done that, then I think we're looking at the idea of this being the bottom part of our range today. I'd say the upper end of that could happen in a few places. It could happen at I don't think it'll be yesterday's low, because I think if the top of our range is yesterday's low, we're coming down further than that here. I think if this holds as the bottom, I think our top is going to most likely be at least at yesterday's VPOC. Could be value area low. I don't think that's really much of enough of a range, but I think at least VPOC and potentially even value area high. So that's going to be hypo 3. All right. That's it for S&P. Let's get this off the screen and see how much time we have to be open. Oh, okay, only 3 minutes. Good. We got the homework got done perfectly, just in time. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna take a minute to get myself organized and some other stuff here real quick.
wants to say hi to you, and we need to get ready to go. Go bring that outside. Anya wants to say hi to you.
Well, does it have to?
She said, "Where's that?"
Does he want to try for me?
Me. Have a donut.
I hope he does.
Okay. Real quick, we had some news come out at 8:30. I'll skip it. Consumer sentiment coming out at 10. Inflation at 10, and Thursdays we get natural gas at 10:30. So let's see. Oh, excuse me. So what do we have here before? Let's look for some areas of consolidation that we had. So we have this last one right here with overlapping bars. All right, so that's from about, let's get it more exact than an about, 53.21, 53.26. We could watch for pullbacks in there to see for any potential short opportunities. BBs right now look as if they would be negative if we pull back up towards current high a day. Let's watch here for a potential short. Happened pretty quick. So again, remember we're opening inside yesterday's value area, and we can get it back here. And we can tell by the fact that here's our value area low, here's our VPOC. We know this is value area low because it's below VPOC. So we're opening inside this value area. So we are definitely watching to see which side of that value area we come out of. Or do we see support down by value area low? And that support can come from further down here. We have yesterday's low. Go down here to find it. Hang on. This will be easier to do on my other chart here. We have yesterday's low at 52.98 right here. So that can be what ultimately holds as support. We're making another push up here. Let's keep watching potentially for this short now. Going to start watching order flow, seeing if buyers dry up or sellers step in. Didn't happen there. Sellers firmed up right there. Buyers came right back at them. Sellers are holding this level right now. I'm going to take my first short here. I'm going to get into a position. Willing to scale. Still have negative divergence here on the BBs. So if we were to push up still, we would have negative, the way it looks right now. If we were to push up, we would still have negative divergence on the BBs. So really just now paying attention to the order flow. Let's see what happens here. Buyers just stepped up into some large offers, but bids are kind of thick beneath here. You see those 130 some odd, 87, 112. Bids are kind of thick, but then again, so are the offers right above it. I like the fact that the BBs are showing negative divergence. I like the fact that we're into this consolidation from earlier today. Okay, I don't mind getting scaled in because again, we still have our negative divergence on the BBs, so I still like this as a short here. I'm happy I got scaled in where I did. I'll be happier if that push up right there was the end of the buyers trying to get it up, and now the sellers are going to come back and retest value area low from yesterday. We also have yesterday's close right here, 53.12. Not much cooking right now. Consolidation near the high. BBs are still showing negative divergence. I would like to see this roll over though right now. So we're trading at the offer. Sellers were holding there. You know, they got their contracts out. They're getting filled, and they're not running away. Now let's try the opposite. Let's try trading the bid and seeing if we can't get through those 137 contracts and 157 beneath it, and so on. Let's see. Pretty good stalemate right there. Nice push down by the sellers, and we want to see that looks good. They push down, they immediately come low offer, they come with size, and then we start trading the bid. So that was nice, but really want to see a little bit more momentum than that. This kind of gets to where my old style of trading and my admitted lack of patience is tested to no end. You can see we have our 10-tick profit target. Actually, I think we'll come up one. Let's just take a look over at S&P just to kind of prepare a little bit. So right now, definitely looks like it would be positive divergence if we made a test down towards overnight low. But remember, and we'll get into that again as we get closer to the open. Remember, there's that void beneath us that we got to be careful with the looking for longs off that overnight low. Might be tough to scale in there. We'll have to see. Okay. Let's see if oil can't get through the current low of day. Our profit target is right now what is the current low of day. Ooh, looks like some buyers stepped in there. Really not much to talk about. Tell you the truth, I'm trying to formulate reasons to say, okay, here's maybe why I should get out of the trade. But right now, it's in such limbo. I'm happy with our reasoning to be in the trade. I like the way this looks. We came to a lower high here. Now the idea is, can we come beyond this low? See these. So let me draw here. We have this micro triple bottom there. We can get through those lows into low of day. That looks like it could be the beginning of a type of a bit of a reversal here. Let's take a look at overnight. All right, so we have our uptrend from overnight, and what I'm saying is, give me a second, I gotta remember how to draw this. Nope, sorry. All right, so if I draw a trend line here, you could see we've broken that trend line. Now the question is, can we get below it and stay below it? So that's really what we're testing right now. As you, I don't do a ton with trend lines. I probably should do more, but I don't do a ton with trend lines. BBs have pretty much flattened out, as we would expect, considering price is doing the same thing. I'd still be okay with my third scale because of how the BBs look right now. Although admittedly, I'd really rather not. I really wasn't expecting the move to ultimately test up to the third scale. I was expecting this consolidation from overnight here, this last consolidation. I was really looking for this to kind of hold it in. I don't mind that quick spike out and a move back in. I don't mind those. Those actually, to me, in a lot of cases, represent good trading opportunities, and we were fortunate enough to get scaled in there. Now, that's only if it goes in our favor, but I don't mind I don't mind that. But at this point, I really want us to get through that consolidation, obviously. So just watching, really nothing for us to do here. Again, I always feel bad offering nothing but silence. Um, but which anyone that knows me knows that is not easy. So we see some selling stepping in here. Let's see if they can actually push this one down. Big trade just went off. Buyers came right back in. Everything's happening within a couple of ticks of our entry price. But we saw selling step in and immediately got pushed back by buying. Again, I'm talking within 4 or 5 ticks of each other, but still, I'd rather it be continued selling, or sell down 2, 3 ticks, kind of hold that area. Sell down 2, 3 ticks, hold that area. BB still look good. 610, 987, all three of them. All three of them still show negative divergence and look as if they would continue to have negative divergence if we moved up towards current high of, overnight high. There's a large offer there right at VPOC. It looked like 170 something. But right now in this consolidation, it's really just going to be a matter of what side pushes. This time looks like buyers are trying to make make a push up here. Let's see if sellers can turn them back down. Again, I'd be okay getting my third scale here. Although, admittedly, with this level of indecisiveness, you could look at this as a place to say flatten your trade, wait for the next push in either direction, and try to fade it, especially in the upward direction. But I'm gonna hang on. I might change my mind, and of course, you'll know about that. But for now, we're gonna hang on to it and see what comes of it. You can see pretty much nothing going on. Oops, excuse me. Let's get that back here. What time is it here? We got 9:19, a little over 10 minutes to equities open. S&P also stuck in a consolidation right now, but that's pre-market for S&P, so that's not all that surprising. But we're, again, just a quick look at this. We have positive divergence on here. If we look at the BBs on the S&P from this low back here to where we currently are, it looks as if price were to come back down, it looks as if we would have positive divergence near the overnight low. So for now, we would be watching into this consolidation. We'd be looking for a pullback into that consolidation after the open, and we'll see if we can't potentially get along there. That may change between now and the open, but right now that's what we'd be looking at. On the opposite end of that, we could also be looking for a push up into yesterday's low here. We just saw yesterday's low hold on this last spike up. We could be looking for a push up there and a potential short, but that one I would probably miss. If that happened, I would probably miss that trade. It would have to happen. It would have to happen in a way where the order flow added a level of confidence that we were going to turn there. But just off of the chart itself, I don't think I'd be in that trade. I'm preventing myself from getting excited at all about any move in oil, because right now every move is being corrected. Meaning every move down is being bought back up. Every move up is being bought back down. So until we actually, see some significant movement, there's really nothing to do there. Still really nothing. And here again, I have not been bothering to watch the order flow because this, for me, in this type of consolidation, it would do nothing but drive me crazy. I'd be more interested in watching it if we were to spike up or if we were to spike down. I'd be more interested in watching it just to see how buyers or sellers react. But for now, in this consolidation, there's really nothing to see. So let's see. We have a little over 5 minutes to the equities open. Maybe we'll get some type of activity with the equities open. Maybe not. Our next piece of news that comes out is 10 o'clock. We could be consolidating, waiting on the 10 o'clock consumer sentiment and then the 10:30 natural gas. I mean, I guess that's possible. So with the way the BBs look right now, I would even be okay. I'd rather not get the spike, to be honest. I'd rather not get scaled in. But with the way the BBs look right now and how we're still having negative divergence, I'd be okay with the spike and then pull back in this consolidation. But I'd rather not. I'd really rather this consolidation hold as the top of the range for now and see if we can't make a move down into value area low. One of the things that kind of give you a warning that this type of trading could happen is when you open up inside the value area from the day before. So remember, here's our value area low from yesterday. Here's our value area high. Generally speaking, when you open inside there, and especially when you're close to VPOC, you are susceptible to a choppy trade like this. That's 3.5 minutes till the equities open, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that kind of gives us any type of activity. Mm. Pretty much just gonna sit and watch. Sorry. I will tell you, this is the type of trading that a less disciplined trader, which would have included me only 2 months ago. Lot of ways to get chopped up in here. So at some point you kind of have to live through it to see what it feels like to want to, constantly take a trade, and everything you look at makes you feel like there's a trade to be had, but you just kind of got to get comfortable with the fact that you will have to sit through some of this type of trading. About 30 seconds till the equities open. Okay, open's coming just a little bit. There we go. Let's see if that picks up any sort of pace in crude. In the meantime, we are watching S&P for a pullback towards overnight low, towards this previous swing. Didn't really get any pullback there. So I don't really like how the BBs are shaping up right now on oil. We do have negative divergence back from this swing, right? So we could still see that. I just don't like how from the open we're not confirming that negative divergence from this last little swing to here. So I'm not crazy about that, but I'm gonna leave my third scalp out there, or second scalp out there, I should say. Sorry, second scale, not second scalp. Sorry. I was thinking about how this would even be a tough market for scalpers, and when I went to go say the word scale, you saw what happened. You heard what happened. So we still got positive divergence down here on the S&P, or what looks like would be positive divergence if we made an attempt down at overnight low or this previous swing. I do like the idea of maybe trying to capture along somewhere down here. Real big bid on crude right underneath VPOC, 242 contracts there. Be curious to see if we go test that, and if we do, what happens. S&P holding the bottom end of this more recent consolidation now. So we're getting close to where we would be scaling in for our last contract. I actually would have liked that there. Shit. Okay, let's focus here on S&P for a second. We are right in the area where I would like to start building a position. Let me just watch some order flow here real quick, see what's happening. Buyers have defended there now twice real quickly. I'm a couple ticks late on this, but I do want to be in that trade. And we're going to look for the scale here. All right, so we got, that's it, we're out. I really should have moved that profit target rate, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll take that. I'm pretty much watching for the same thing all over again right now. If we can get another pull back down into this area and we see some buyers step in, I'd be looking to get long, again. What was the price there? Okay. Didn't really get a second pullback. Really did want to move my profit target, but truth be told, by the time it's all said and done, for all we know, I would have moved my profit target and come back and got stopped out near where we got out in the first place, or potentially even worse. So part of the spreadsheet that I did, if you remember, to look at what the difference was in entering all three contracts at once, scaling into contracts, getting out of all contracts at once at a 10 tick in crude or an 8 tick in S&P. There wasn't a huge difference in getting out at 10 ticks or 8 ticks. I mean, 10 ticks on profit target for CL, 8 ticks for crude, S&P. There wasn't a big difference in the overall profits versus keeping a runner on it, which I thought was very interesting. So now at this point, we've come, tested overnight low. I'm sorry, we did not test overnight low. We've tested back into this consolidation. We were able to get our long. Admittedly, I got in a little bit late, but that's okay. In this case, it moved beyond our profit target. Now what we're watching for is we just closed yesterday's gap, the gap from yesterday. This is yesterday's low here, 37.50. We're going to watch to see if this holds. Then we really need to wait to see which side breaks first. And by break, remember, I'm looking for an impulsive move away, a retest, and a hold. So there's our move. That's a nice move through that level, through that yesterday's low. Now the question is, are we going to just stop, turn back down, or are we going to start consolidating up here and then make another push down and hold it as support? So we have to wait and see what happens there. And see, on S&P, we opened outside of yesterday's value area, right? So here's your value area low, here's your value area high. We opened outside of there. So that generally tends to lead to larger moves, more activity early in the day, versus oil that we opened inside the value area and right next to VPOC. That tends to lead to some choppy trading. So we're looking to see now. We got above yesterday's low. Now the question is, can we get above value area low? Or are we going to pull right back down and start chopping around here? So we just kind of have to let it wait and show us what's next. I so desperately want to close this oil trade right now, but I just feel yeah. This is the first time I'm actually taking a look at it in a bit. And you really just gotta wait. It does seem as if buyers are stepping in here, but as tight as this range has been, I don't want to overvalue the order flow, just because I happen to start watching it. Whoa. I'm back. I would like to see what's happening. Thank you. Well, I at least want to see the buyers drop from below 21. 53.21 has been holding bid. Usually when you have a consolidation like this, if you can get through either side of it, you get a quick move because of the stops that are waiting beneath there. Whether it's because somebody is long and they sell and want to get out of their position if it breaks below, or because somebody's waiting to get short if it breaks below. But with the way this morning's been, I wouldn't be surprised if you see right there, we didn't get it. I really don't want this to move yet. So S&P bumping up against value area low here. BB still shows strength. I'm going to hold off on any shorts for now. Let's get back over to oil for a second here. I'm going to tell you what, I'm closing one here. I'm moving my stop to break even, and I will be done with with this S&P trade one way or another. As far as profit target for, I'm sorry, I'll be done with this oil trade one way or another, not S&P. I apologize. As far as the profit target goes for this second contract, we're in at 26. I think it's actually 25 and a half or somewhere along those lines. BBs are showing negative as opposed, well, going back to this low, this swing low to here, there's no positive divergence. Okay, everything looks good. So I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna leave my profit target where it is. above yesterday's low, but I'm going to bring it up quite a bit, actually. Let's come up. Let me see where it makes sense. Just move it here for a second. Yesterday's close, I mean, that alone right there could be a stumbling block, but I think what we'll do is we'll leave. I want to be above this low volume node from overnight. I want to be above this swing, this yesterday's low swing. But at the same time, I want to be able to pay attention potentially to close it for other reasons if they present themselves. At this point, I think this is what I'll do. I'll leave my stop at break even. If I get stopped out at break even, the fact that I was able to take any profit on this trade, I couldn't be happier considering the way that was, shaping up. Now let's get our way over here to S&P. So we have gotten above yesterday's low. We have traded above yesterday's low, and now we have tested yesterday's low, and it is held as support. The likely next step here is going to be a push up into yesterday's VPOC. But let's see what happens. Sorry. S&P has gotten itself into a pretty good tight consolidation here. Okay, here's another test of yesterday's low here in S&P. Ooh, good response right there. Oh. Here we are again. Let's see what buyers do here. I'm tempted to go long. I got to be real careful now. I don't want to be paying up a few ticks because the high is so close and we have consolidated. We saw what happened in oil. I don't want to get caught in a trade where, my maximum profit is 3 or 4 ticks. So I really need to see let's see. Yeah, I'll take one here. If I can get it here, I'll take it. All right, it's going to get away from me. It's okay. I don't want to chase it up. Although, of course, this will be the time it just bursts through. But Okay, I'm gonna cancel that because at this point it's moved up enough ticks that when it comes back, I want to watch order flow all over again. But I think it's gonna try to get above this value area high. I'm sorry, value area low, and get in towards yesterday's close and yesterday's VPOC. Oil's coming down here. Once again, very tempted to just close this order. In fact, forget tempted. I'll take my 10 ticks here and that'll be it. Okay. So I know it's a little earlier than normal. It's 9:49. With the way the trading has looked this morning, I am going to call it a day. I couldn't be happier with the fact that I was able to pull some money out of this today. That was or some profitable trades. It's not money. It's a simulator. Remember. But yeah, that's going to be it for me this morning. Right now, if you were here, you would see my heart pounding out of my chest. This is like the worst type of stuff I could watch when I trade. But it's what I need to learn to do. All right, guys, as always, if you want to have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me. Other than that,